What you fixin' DIYers? It's Walker with DIWHY.LIFE, and in this episode we are making some snowboard binding highbacks out of this PVC pipe. Boom! I recently took my 14-year-old son on his first snowboarding trip, and we got our old gear out of the attic. And it's been up there for about 14 years. We haven't been snowboarding since my son was born, and I wasn't sure what kind of condition the equipment would be in when we brought it down. Everything looked to be fine. There was no major problems with visually, originally. But as soon as my son and I got up into the cold weather, and as soon as we got the boards out of the car, it was like 32 degrees out, the binding highbacks just crumbled, almost like they were made out of chocolate. So we spent the whole day riding without highbacks, which actually wasn't a big deal. I didn't really miss them. Fast forward to the next day when we get back from our trip, I go online and I do some Googling and I try to find some binding highback replacements for our boards, and I'm really not finding much. I'm finding a couple that are like $60, $65 for a pair, and I really don't want to pay that for a couple pieces of plastic. I don't really want to buy new bindings either because they performed well other than the highbacks. So my thought was, I'm going to try and save myself $100 by making a couple of highbacks out of this ABS pipe. Let's see how it goes. Using some chipboard or some heavy paper, I'm just going to go ahead and sketch out the rough shape of my highback. I don't really like that. Let's try it again. All right, something like that. And then all we got to do is fold it in half and cut it out. And we should have something that'll fit just like that right in the binding. So let's transfer this shape onto our pipe. And because this is a black pipe, Sharpie marker is not going to show up very well. So you're going to want to use something else like a paint marker, or I have this chalk marker, which I'll put a mark that we can see. All right, so there we have our template traced onto the PVC pipe. I'm going to keep calling this PVC. I know it's not PVC, I know it's ABS, but I can't seem to stop saying PVC, so you know what I mean. There's a lot of different ways you can cut this out. You can use a jigsaw, you can use a scroll saw, but what I'm going to try and use is a Dremel tool with a cutting bit. Of course it's dead. Okay, we're back. It's actually tomorrow, but don't tell anybody. I actually left, went home, came back. It's the next day, but nobody needs to know, so we'll continue right on. I did get the Dremel charged up last night. Like I mentioned earlier, you can also use a jigsaw like this, or you could even possibly use a scroll saw like that. Or if you have a bandsaw at home, man, you can take care of this in no time at all. But I'm going to give it a shot with this Dremel tool. I've got a cutting bit on the Dremel tool, and I've got this like little router cage thing that kind of turns it into a little mini router, which is kind of cool. So the idea being that we can just run this thing right around the line and cut it out. Hopefully this doesn't make too much of a mess. This is a studio, not a workshop, so I got the vacuum here to clean up. And I mean, we're working on snowboards, so we gotta wear the snowboard goggles for protection. I got these off Amazon for my trip, and I literally think half the mountain had them on. They're pretty good though. I have no complaints, and I'll put the link in the description if anybody's interested. Got the jar going. If you don't know about the jar, watch my last video. I explain it. So, got that going. Let's try it on low first and see if we can make any progress. Nope, I'm gonna have to go to high. All right, this is not working. Let's try the scroll saw. It's not cutting very straight. Let's go ahead and just try the jigsaw. There we go. And see how it looks. Yeah, that's actually near perfect fit. So I'm going to go clean this up a little bit on the belt sander just to get some of this roughness off, maybe round out some of the edges, and I'll be right back. Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Well, it cleaned up on the sander quite nice. I'm pretty impressed. So now we can go ahead and remove this hardware that's on here and mark and drill the holes for the new Highback. We can place the new Highback into position. If you can see the PVC, it goes a little bit past vertical here. It starts to curve back around, and I definitely don't want it interfering right here with my wife's boot, with the snowboard boot. I don't want it interfering with the snowboard boot. So I'm going to take down some material with the belt sander on these two corners. I'm back. I took down a bunch of material right here and right here so that now there isn't that weird, awkward edge right here and right here to grab onto the boot. See if that makes a mark there. Yep, we got a nice mark where we need to drill our hole. And I may move it up just a little bit to keep it away from that edge. Here, let's do that. Let's just move it up a little bit. Like that. You know, sometimes you can make a hole bigger by doing the whole twisty thing with the drill, but sometimes you just should use a bigger bit. If you can use a bigger bit, use a bigger bit. And actually, I did this wrong. The screw heads are supposed to be on the inside, like this. That's how it was, so that it's nice and flush in there and you don't have a bolt putting a hole in your boot. It's on. Yeah, it functions. It folds flat for storage and goes back and gives you support when you're riding. So I'd call that a success. Let's do the same thing for the other side and we can call this project done. Remy said he wanted to come say hi. Say hi, Remy. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Over there. Look, over there. Remy, look over there. Oh, who's that? Who's that over there? Who's that? This is remi.bear.corgi. Look him up on Instagram. Yeah, he's my buddy. He does my videos with me. And he gets hair everywhere. Corgi hair everywhere. And that's how you make highbacks out of 4-inch ABS pipes. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and leave a question or comment below. You know, I gotta take these things out for another ride this season so I can report back and let you know how they go. So there's an excuse for you to get back out on the mountain. I'm going to play some video clips from our ski trip. We went to Mount High, which is in the San Bernardino mountain range. Highly recommended. It's a fantastic little resort. It was almost empty when we were there, and there was good snow. They were making snow all day. It was fantastic. So shout out to Mount High. You guys keep up the good work. We'll be back real soon, and I'll try out these highbacks when we're there. Thanks a lot. Take care.